This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
The big man, he's round two in the studio, Kate Ritchie. The ruckman for the Sydney Swans, Brodie Grundy. Welcome, buddy.
Oh, it's good to be in this morning. It's really good to be in.
Thank you for joining us.
You would have naturally woken up this early. I mean, you didn't set your alarm to come in here, did you?
Had a pep in my step this morning.
I feel a bit bad dragging you in here at this time because you've wandered in saying that you've got a big day of training.
Yeah, well, funny because last time I was in here, I actually forgot to tell Horse, our senior coach, that I was going on radio, and first thing when I rocked up to do the warm-up, he said, "Excuse me, you must have been up way too early to jump on the radio," so I had to make sure I really got it across
because you
had to run it past him. Oh, that's nice to hear that he's a listener. What's his name? We'll give him a shout out.
He's a big fan of the show, which we love.
Oh, the horse. Hi, the horse.
Do you know, the other day, who was I watching from the Swannies? And I was just laughing because it was obviously their turn to do media throughout the week. Oh my God, I've had a mental blank. No, it wasn't Heaney.
Where did you see? What was he doing?
Millie's cousin.
Doing the
Number 9. Who's number 9? I've had a mental blank.
Is it?
He's a forward.
My God, you're freaking.
Will
Hayward. Hayward. Yeah.
Hayward was doing media, and it was almost like he wasn't taking it seriously. He had to do something to do with the school.
Well, with the kids in the school, that's when you've got to take it seriously.
Oh, absolutely.
So, when that happens, do you get a rollout that happens if it's your media week? Do you get a rollout from the Monday of what you need to do that week?
I mean, well, we have a full-time team that's whole job is to try and usher these guys into getting on the mic and
wrangle.
Yeah,
I think is the word.
and not saying the wrong thing.
Yeah.
So sometimes it could be a deer in the headlights, get a little bit intimidated, but it's all in good fun, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that for you though, I mean, when you're in the sheds or wherever you are, there are the sheds. Why are you laughing at me? Oh, do you call them the sheds?
Yeah.
Is that an NRL
sheds,
thing?
Rooms.
Whatever.
Anyway, shut up, Whipper. You've thrown me. Now I don't even know what... when you're talking about like the list of PR that you get allocated, I mean, surely they're all in there thinking, God, Brodie, he's so lucky. He gets to do the Fitzy and Whipper and Kate Ritchie show.
So true.
My word, it is. And obviously we have such a great legacy and a tie to the Sydney Swans with... old mate who's not with us this morning.
We've let him go.
Oh, Fitzy, that's interesting that you bring him up because the fact that he's not here, firstly, we just were scrambling at what to ask you or what to say.
We're not allowed to talk sport.
We're finally amongst friends now.
My
I know.
God, it feels better, doesn't it?
It's not our department. But we would like to know, when you come in here and you're, Fitz, do you know who Fitzy is, or does Fitzy just know who you are?
It's a good question.
You do know he's played football, and do you mention him at the Swans, or does he just think that?
He does come up from time to time. Conversation. I think his biggest legacy was wiring the stereo in the old SCG change room, so that lives on, and young Errol Goulden loves to sort of thrash some EDM on that post win, so it lives on.
And then, I mean, he's an Adelaide Crows supporter too, you must remember that, Kate Ritchie. I mean, there was time at the Swans, don't get me wrong, but then he failed in Adelaide as well.
When you say he, you mean Brodie?
No, I'm talking about Fitzy.
Oh.
Yeah, he was
I know he's
a mess
Crows
at the Swans,
supporter.
and then he was a mess at the Crows. Now, Brodie, this is a little bit off football, but when you played GWS the other day, and we knew you were at NG Stadium, Kate was like, "Oh my God, it gets cold out there. I hope he's not going to get cold." Kate was really worried about that.
Yeah, how do you combat the coldness?
Yeah, and I'm not ashamed to say this, but I was wearing what year 5s would wear to school, like a little skivvy.
Oh, you had a skivvy?
Yeah,
you had a little skivvy on. Did Mummy put a singlet
Mummy put
out
it out on my bed in the morning.
Oh,
and
like an undergarment.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm fully comfortable to say that I wore a little undergarment and
do you take it off? Do you take it off half time or something? Don't you warm up?
Yeah, and preparation's everything in high performance sports. So did I bring a second one in case it got wet? And
did you?
Damn, yes, I did.
Okay, you bought a 2-for-1. Okay, so like
it
a thermal.
It sounds like you've done this before.
Kate was so concerned. She thought, "Oh my God, he's heading out west. He's going to freeze the poor lad."
But you did have a good game against GWS.
Yes.
We thought they might step up a little more.
Yes. No, it was a good game. It was close for first quarter, and we managed to sort of stay in the arm wrestle there, and we seem to be flying at the moment, which is great.
Hey, how good is it watching Papley? Just get the ball to him and let him go.
I tell you what, he'd be great on this show.
And you know what? I think we had him on once, and he rang his dad to say that he was going to quit AFL because he'd got a sponsorship deal with a betting agency, and I reckon his dad was driving a tractor at the time. And thank God we pre-recorded it, because if you'd heard the language his old man
yeah, I mean,
it was
you never know what you're going to get. You never know what you're going to get, but that's the excitement of Tom Papley.
It was, but he's been electric, Kate Ritchie.
Yeah.
This guy will kick him from anywhere.
I know, lucky you said it, because I was about to.
Yeah, just get the ball to Papley and you're on. Okay. Shane in Penrith, hello.
Hello, how are you?
Good. We've got Brodie Grundy here, mate. You got a question for the big man?
Oh, first of all, I just want to thank the Swans because they've really
on
success
fire
this year. Yep, and I've cleaned up in my multis this year with putting the Swans in there. So thank you very much, Brodie and the team. Brodie, is there any, with all the success you've had, is there any really good celebrations you've had post-game?
Ooh.
Yeah, great question. Well, to be honest, we're trying to be a really humble group at the moment, because we know the chips are up at the moment, but at any point of the season, things can turn. So we try to stay as humble as we can. But having said that, this group does celebrate. You got to enjoy the fruits of your labour. And as I said before, Errol Gordon will get on the decks and he'll play some music I've never heard before in my life, as I'm now a fossil in the team. So
do you treat yourself to a new singlet or something?
Yeah, just a 3-pack, nice wine by the fire, something like that.
That's cool.
But yeah, no,
it
it's
must be hard to know whether to celebrate or not, because when you are doing very well and people are waiting, I guess, and there must be a building pressure. So I'm sure you want to celebrate the success, but you don't want to get ahead of yourself.
Yeah, I mean, without being stereotypical, but I will be. I mean, it's sticking to the process. Wow. It's being process driven, and we're trying to do that as a team.
Media week.
Trust the process is my
favourite
favourite one.
Hey, Shane, we're going to give you an entire row to go see the Swans take on Freo this weekend.
Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to it.
Good on you, buddy. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's the way to see it.
I mean, you got a Vegas trip planned? I mean, if you win the GF? Do you know what?
Mate, you will not see me in Vegas.
Oh,
Do you know
thank
what?
you. What a great answer.
Can I tell you this, just quickly, Tommy? I know we're short on time. Yeah. Jude Bolton, right? He said the Swans went to Vegas and they were in a booth next to the guys from LMFAO. Have you heard this story? And Jude Bolton said that they got some bottles of champagne.
Big Red Foo.
Yeah.
Oh,
Big
is
Red
that
Foo
who you're talking
yeah,
about?
LMFAO, Red Foo.
Okay, of course.
And Sky Blue, or whatever the other guy's name was. Oh. And they were shaking the bottles, Jude and the guys, and spraying them everywhere. And they were going, champagne showers. Anyway, LMFAO heard Bolts and the guys doing this. I went, champagne showers. And they started cheering champagne showers. 6 months later, song comes out. Champagne showers. Champagne
No
showers.
way, you made that up.
True.
So you're saying that Jude Bolton is walking around Sydney telling everybody that he owns
He started
this.
champagne showers. And then he was there with LMFAO having shots. Have you got the shots in there, Jess? That part I made up. I made that bit up because they didn't go that hard that night, but champagne shower story is apparently true.
I'll tell you what, I'll do some reconnaissance and I'll next time I'm back on, I'll confirm that story for her.
Brodie Grundy.
That would be great.
Stay warm.
I will.
Good luck against Freo, mate. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
See you, buddy.
Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie is a Nova podcast. For more great shows like this, download the Nova Player via the App Store or Google Play.
The Nova Player.